You're listening to the Spark Your Light podcast, where my mission is to help you create a life that sparks the light inside of you. And this is episode number 307, How to Navigate the In-Between. This episode is for you if you're in one of those in-between seasons. Maybe you're in one season of your life and you know a different season is coming soon, but it hasn't started yet. You're not there yet, or you don't want to embark on that season yet. Like it could be, for example, summer and you're going to go back to college. Or it could be that you plan to start a new job, but you're not quite ready to leave your old job yet. For whatever reason, you might be in the in-between. Or you could also be in a waiting season, which is another in-between. So you're waiting to hear back on that opportunity that could change everything, but you haven't heard anything yet. If you are in one of those situations, this episode has your name all over it. Because the in-between is a time where most people just exist. And actually, Dr. Seuss talks about this in one of my favorite children's books, Oh, the Places You'll Go. He talks about the waiting place. And I read this book to Michael frequently, so I probably have the whole page almost memorized. But he talks about how there's so many people just waiting for a train to come, waiting for, you have to read it because it's a beautiful rhyme. I think it's 2 pages long, this waiting place in the book. But most people, they just wait. I was sitting the other day waiting for a doctor's appointment, and I actually felt like I was just waiting. I had done everything I wanted to do on my phone. And I was like, what do I do now? I should have brought a book. I have nothing to do. And I was just sitting there waiting. But that's a metaphor for how we feel when we're in these in-between seasons. And it's not a good way to feel. So instead, I have some alternatives for you for the waiting season, for the in-between season that I think are helpful. I always find them helpful, so I hope they're helpful for you. The first thing in this in-between season is to ask yourself why you are in it. So sometimes we've put ourselves in that in-between season. So I'm not ready to leave my job until January because I'm getting my bonus in December. Or sometimes we're in the situation because it just is the way things work. Like it is summer vacation. I'm not back at college yet because I'm waiting to go back to college, and that is how it works. So either way, the first thing you want to do is just assess why you're there. I'm there because there's no classes right now. I'm there because I'm wanting to get my bonus, whatever it is. And then ask yourself, what do you want to get out of this season? And once you've written down your answers to that or thought out your answers, then ask yourself, have I gotten all those things out of this season yet? And if your answer is no, you're not done yet. You're supposed to be in the in-between. But sometimes we may never get those things out because we're not intentional about it. So when you go back to that why and you use that as context and you think about the things you want to get out of this waiting season, you can start to think about how to change the mindset that you're carrying around every day, the actions you're taking every day to align with you actually getting the things you want to get out of it. Maybe you want to accomplish X, Y, and Z before you leave your job. Maybe you want to learn a new skill this summer or build your confidence or get in a healthy workout routine, right? What is it? There's something for you here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So figuring out what that is and then intentionally cultivating that in this season is a huge key to getting value out of the waiting season. I'm not saying it has to be the happiest season of your life, but you can gain value from this season. Something else that I think is important for the in-between seasons is presence. Presence means being here. It doesn't mean you want to be here forever. I think that's where people get confused because they feel like, well, if I'm happy with where I am now, doesn't that mean that I will be stuck here? No. So you can be happy with where you are now, grateful for where you are now in your life, and want so much more and know you're going to have so much more. But it means that for this season you're currently in, that you can't change because you're in it. You're present. And through that presence, you can cultivate gratitude and joy. And I think when you learn to do that, and it's very hard and it takes many years, it's not an overnight switch. I worked on it for many years. And I made so many changes in my mindset, in everything, so that I make sure that I'm creating a life in the season now that makes me feel good, that sparks joy, right? All these things, that sparks my light. But that being said, because of that, I know that in the future seasons that are even better than right now, I'm going to experience even more joy and gratitude. So I think that it's really important to cultivate that in the now and learn how to have that presence and joy and gratitude in the present moment, even in the in-between season, because it will pay off in the long run for you. So that's the second thing that is really important in the in-between. And finally, when you're in the in-between, keep busy, especially if you're waiting for something. It's easy for your mind to spiral and spiral and spiral as you wait, especially if it's something you have your hopes up about. So stay busy with things that you like, with things that spark your light, with things that fill your soul, fill your cup, so that you're not constantly thinking about these things you're waiting on. Because when you do that, you're now losing that presence we just talked about. You're in the future. You're living in the future. You want to live in the present. So you live in the present by spending your time doing things in the present that help you stay in the present, right? So for me, it's always been really helpful, especially when I'm waiting on something that feels important, to stay busy, to fill my calendar, to do things that help me stay present. So if you do these three things, the in-between season will be more joyful, will be more productive, and overall will support your life and your vision better. So try them in this current waiting or in-between season, or if you're just listening because you know you'll find yourself in one soon, try these things the next time you do find yourself in that season, and I have a feeling they're really going to help. Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode, and I will catch you in the next one.